What is going on?
What is happening?
In this video, we are going to be building this farm slash market. We have some bad news impending, but we'll get to that. We're also going to be finishing up this little satellite radar dish area. And of course, as always, we have the modernist in the background supervising, because I can't be trusted on my own. Don't forget to smash a like on this video, comment and let me know what you think. Let's get right into it. Create code is let's go. Right, so we are back at the Star Wars update. Wait, what? So we are back at the Star Wars island. Nothing to do with the update that's coming out. So to start with, we need to build a bridge to get over to the radar station. Yeah, that'll do. And I discovered this all-rose studio welding table would be a perfect floor. As you can see, the water beneath your feet. Yeah, so I thought doing the railings along the top would be enough to connect the pieces together, but it wasn't. So what I had to do is put a slab underneath them and join them that way, which is not ideal, but it got the job done. And I also decided it needed some pretty blue lights underneath, so I slapped some of them on. So I won't show you every single step, but basically I just built it coming all the way around. And as always, the weather was really good. Of course, to get up on it, you need some stairs, so I put down some stairs. Finished off with some railings whilst dodging the thunder. Then after that, I basically just struggled putting these blue lights on the bottom, which was a right pain. And then as we get to the end by the rock, I tee off to the left. I also go to the right as well, but I think I'll do that later on. And what I'm going to do... Oh, wait, no, I'm doing it right now. Never mind. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to put this thruster on the side, do a little thruster trick just to cover up those ugly little table legs, you know, just sort of pretend they're not there. So I do this pretty much all round. I won't show you, again, every single part, but as you can imagine, it's more or less this sort of thing going all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the side of the rock, where initially what I wanted to do was build like a power generator thing, but what I actually do later on is I build some stairs there and I do the power generator bit on the other side. It just sort of made the most sense, especially for the stairs. So anyway, I had to do some MLG quickscope hacks there just to get this piece built, because it was a nightmare. It just was not going where I wanted it to. And of course I had to put handles there to comply with health and safety guidelines. Don't anybody going swimming. And this is the first design for the power generator that I didn't like, so I just had to destroy it, and it was in the wrong place anyway. So yeah, but I do come up with a better design later on, so don't worry. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. Now we're going to go start building that farm, and if you want to see me finish off that satellite area, then I'll do that after a little bit of building this farm. So like any good start to build, I put down a floor plan and then basically didn't really use it very much, so just skip past that. So I'm going to start off by putting some sand walls down, and then I'm going to have like these giant stone pillars in between, just because I feel like I've sort of run dry the variety of the sand material, and it kind of makes the most sense to me to have like something to break it up visually a bit. So I'm going to do these pillars. I do tweak them a little bit later on, but this will sort of become like a big ducting system, or whatever your imagination wants. Yeah, it will become something. Whatever you want it to be, you can pretend that that's what it is. So this area that I'm starting to build now is more like the open market area of... Okay, well that's not supposed to be there. Like the open market area of this build, where I did want to have like lots of different market stalls, and it's like an area you can walk through. It's open to the public and stuff. That's what I wanted to do. The game had another idea, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, the plan is to carry on going around, make sure we include lots of nice round edges, as that's what you'd find on Tatooine. Make sure we've got a window, we need a door as well, although I didn't put a door, I just put down like an open archway, which is funny, I don't know why I've done that. And then yeah, so I'm going to put down this giant half circle, half sphere on the top, and I'm going to do another one of them as well, just to make sure things are nice and uniform. Do you know, I just love it when things go smooth. I mean, literally, everything's going great so far. To be honest, I don't really know what could go wrong. No, I need to move something here. Let's just break that. Ah, okay. Right, well, now I've got to rebuild it. Well, that was easy. So basically all I want to do now is just carry on finishing the other side of the build. Well, I clearly said that's what I want to do. That's not what I actually do. What I'm actually going to do is try and build a roof for this. So here's the first design. What do you think of that, Thunderlords? Right, point taken. What about this one? Closer. Let's just try something else. So this is closer to, this is kind of what we want. We just need something extra, something underneath. Let's try a little bit of orange, white, and blue. Yeah, not really a fan of that one. So maybe we could just replace it with another here we go. So this is what I'm going to go for. And in hindsight, yes, I do change it a little bit later on. I just spin them around the other way to cover the studs on the outside. But other than that, that's the design I'm going for. I'm not entirely happy. I feel like it needs to have a pillar here. So let's just quickly destroy this. I don't even know what to say. I literally don't even know what to say to that. I guess I'll be building it again without a montage. Right, that is it. Now it's time to go back and finish off the satellite walkway thing. So what I'm going to start doing here is just deconstruct the bottom of the satellite radar dish thing and just build a stairway up so you can actually access it. And then I'm just basically going to try and build a walkway that goes all the way around to take you down to the floor below and then back onto the island. And whilst I'm doing that, quick word from our sponsor. Well, not really a sponsor, but still. Real quick, this is exciting. It's not a sponsorship. I'm not being paid to say this. It's a collaboration. Maono. M-A-O-N-O, however you spell it, say it, whatever. They sent me free microphone. I bought the PD200X to start recording my voice, and then they found my details online and they sent me a PD300X, which is the upgrade from it. And just wanted to say, if you are looking to start making videos and you want a microphone to talk into, then the PD300X is good. Also, the PD200X is good. Not much of a difference between them that I can tell. But go check out the website if you're looking to make some content and you want a microphone. So again, I'm not being paid to say it, so what a load of rubbish. Of course, I'm kidding. It's a really good quality and affordable microphone, but we're not here to talk about microphones. We're here to build some Lego. Don't know what's worse. Right, so we are just basically going to finish off that area and we're going to go for a little swim and put down some floor so we can actually put down some stuff for our reactor. So as we walk down to the right, that's where our reactors are going to be, and to the left, this is where the stairs are going to be. And now we're going to go for another swim, so getting lots of cardio in. Whilst the weather's nice, it makes the most sense now to just do the trims to cover up those ugly legs. I'm too lazy and I can't be bothered to put the lights underneath all of it, so I'll just leave them under the middle bit. Then we can finally look at building our little reactor and some stairs. We're also going to add some supports so that our overhanging walkway doesn't fall down. I want to play some funky beats and I'll be back in a bit.
Damn, you are really good at building.
Îmi doresc să fiu la fel de cool ca tine.
So, as you've been seeing, I was building this power generator. The pieces that I used from the battle pass, there was this like gateway thing that you used to get ages ago, and these are some pillars from that. And I've played around with loads of different designs, and I basically just couldn't find one that worked, but I feel like these look bang on. And then I just need to add some more little detail, some extra little bits. And now we're going to do the stairway going up. Me and the modernist played around with some ideas, couldn't find any that we liked. But now what I've decided to do is have these two stairways sort of merged together. And again, handlebars, of course, for health and safety. Handle rails, whatever. So yeah, so then we're just going to put all the handrails down. I'm going to find a way, actually, to be fair, I need to change the colour of the floor because that's better. The greyish dark looks way better. And it kind of matches what we've got there. So I'm just going to try and find a way to merge these two corners. And that's probably the best you're going to get. Yeah, so we can now safely walk from the island past our power generator. Then we can go around the corner. This is going to be something that I'm going to decorate a bit later on. I'll save that for the showcase. And then we're going to come up the stairs safely on this giant rock. And then we can go straight into our radar dish. And then we've got access everywhere up there. Drive my tractor. Right, now I'm going to go back to my farm and finish building over there. So, where have we got to? Right, yeah, so now we're going to build the extraction area on all of these grey bits and just connect them all up throughout the middle. And then we can do some roofs. So now it is starting to look a bit better. It's starting to take shape. So all we're going to do is just finish off the other side. And I'm just going to, literally what I said I wanted to do earlier. But yeah, we're just going to make these little areas here, which are going to be like an open farm area. So the skylight's going to come through and go on the plants. And there'll be like a little sand pit. So we can have sand plant pots and that, as opposed to the grass ones. And then again, I'll just finish the ducting off over here. Make it connect up to the middle bit. And you'll see all of that once it's done. Right, and now I need to destroy that middle bit so I can have another pillar, but I'm going to place this here just so that it doesn't fall. Let's hit the moment of truth. Wow, that's nice, isn't it? So now we're going to build our next pillar for our ducting system, if you will. And then I'm going to build the back of it. Then it's going to go up and then back. And that'll give us our straight line for the next lot. Otherwise, we're going to have some really long horizontal pillars and it just would look rubbish. So this way, it gives us that nice little break up. And you'll see in a second, it shapes out the middle for us to build like a little office building or something on top. So these bits here, I'm just going to put the little roofs on. And then on the top of the ducting, I'm just going to put the little cover plates on top of that, maybe fit some lights in there. I think that's what I'm going to do, actually put some lights in there. So yeah, we'll just fill in all of these. This is the front bit here, so this is going to have like a little joint bit. It's going to have a little building here, which is why I'm sectioning that off, and that could be like a little shop, a little kiosk or something. Again, I couldn't actually finish it, and you'll see why later. But yeah, so that open bit in front is just going to be for more crops. And looking good. So now, as you see, we've shaped up for this top block. So we're just going to fill in this roof quick. That's done. Then we're going to put like a building on top. Haven't really thought about how we're going to get up there. I don't want any ladders inside, so maybe we'll do like a ladder on the outside. But again, I'll figure that out another time. So yeah, here we go. Let's go inside. Decent amount of space for some office and stuff like that. Offices and whatever. Put the roof on here. Now that just needs the trims and then it's done. Attention to detail, look at that nice little round bit there. Beautiful. So here we go, look, this is it. That is your office space. Again, I'm going to leave it for now and I'll fill that in another time if the game lets me. It wouldn't be a Star Wars build if it didn't have weird angles. Well, quite cool angles actually. So all of the ducting pillars, I'm going to go around putting these angles there to sort of finish that off and shape it, make it look like a support beam. Because it's got the weight of that big building on top, of course it's got to hold it up. So now we're going to put like a slab upside down. Black bit in the middle, I'm going to get rid of that. But this is going to frame off, and what we're actually going to do is we're going to put some lights inside like this. And that way, the idea is the lights are quite hidden. So as you're walking around, again, I'll show you more detail in the showcase, but you'll see the lights will have some sort of neon glow effect. The sand that I'm placing now is going to be for our crop area. So I'm going to build that out a couple of studs, a couple of 16 by 16 pieces. And that way you can see how the light shines in just on those areas. And then what I'm going to do is get this Shogun Palace floor. I just love the look of it. It's got like an off-white color. I'm going to step that down one below. And then I'm going to basically fill that in literally everywhere, just so there's like no grass. I'm going to box around to sort of separate the crop area so it doesn't look so strange. And I'm going to do this for all of them. Wow. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I thought I would do. But this is the moment that it boils down to. This is the reason I'm going to quit this game and never play it again. Just literally about 5 seconds you're going to see, yeah? So here I am, happy as day, putting all the pieces down to surround it, getting ready to put some crops down, and I go to place this next one. And then what happens? Oh, right. Too many builds nearby. You are joking. Settle down, settle down. It's all part of the service. It's what we expect from Lego Fortnite. Now, what I tried to do is destroy some stuff which I didn't want to destroy from other people's houses, and it still didn't let me place what I wanted to place. So now not only have I destroyed stuff I didn't want to destroy, I now can't even replace that. So it's totally pricked. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to have to do the bits that I can do, and that is it. Yeah, I can still build more on the Star Wars Island elsewhere. It's just a bit frustrating because I had a lot of plans for this place, but there's not much I can do. Doing some finishing touches and that now. A lot of the work has been done off camera just because of the scale of the build, and it'd be insanely boring for you to watch every single step. So it's time to jump to the showcase and have a look at everything that we've done. Right, here we are. First thing I'm going to check is I've logged back in. Has complexity fixed itself? No, it hasn't. So this is the whole Star Wars Island so far. And there's another build on there, but you can't see it. And there's that one there too. And this is a build that the modernist has been doing, some of it as well, whilst I've not been on. It's very abstract. It's looking pretty good. Just as it's getting darker, I just want to see how the lights look. So the lighting, to be honest, is subtle, and I did put a lot, but obviously it's not sort of done the trick. But yeah, I guess we'll make a day. So if you're new to the island, to this Star Wars village, what you would do is you'd either enter on that bridge, or you'd land in your flying saucer. This is the main rebel headquarters where you'd sort of check in and that. All of this stuff is, I'll show you in another video, so we won't go into too much detail. This is our restaurant, which has nothing in it because we're scared of complexity again. And these are some houses that have all been decorated except from like 2. This is my house, of course, the massive one. This would be where we would enter into the market. And obviously this would finish all the way along. Can't seem to do that because of the old, oh, that's right, yeah, complexity. So this is a fly around. We'll just see how the building actually looks. It's got a lot of open and closed sections. This will be offices and stuff, which I think I can build in, but I'm going to give it a miss just because it's not the most relevant thing to build in. I could decorate some of it down here, but I just think there's no point now because of the whole complexity issue. So if we come along, this would be some sort of room, I don't know, maybe a shop or something. Again, this is like an outdoor area. This would be boarded off like this, but I can't do that. And this would be some sort of shop, little kiosk or whatever. And here, these are little sunbed things. There's not much light coming through now, but if you imagine the sun will come through, and that'll put some light on there. And again, same for this, for our crops to grow. Visually, it looks really nice and really futuristic, but again, can't do much at the minute. So then yeah, if you imagine this would have a lot of market shops and outdoor stalls and stuff, and you can pass through from like the houses, come through, you can come all the way through here across the grass and come back out here. Again, I can't do much with it because the complexity, I really hope they fix it. That needs to be fixed. It needs something done. But you can see all the details here. I've got the little lights inside of there as well. Again, the lighting's not great in this game. That's another thing they could look at. But yeah, it looks really good. I flipped these. Yeah, unfortunately, this won't ever be finished unless they fix complexity, in which case I'd love to come back and do it. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think it turned out great. Love all the angles, and it definitely looks futuristic. So let's see if we can finish it another time. And then if we come over to this part of the island, again, I showed you this earlier, so I'm just going to be really quick to go through it. It's a little snack area that was built a while ago. Got this nice floor. If you look, you can see down, you can see the water beneath your feet. Got a power generator, just some maintenance tools scattered about. You can even climb up this way, look. And then yeah, here's like an area where we've got something been extracted from the rock, and we just got some little snacks. So when you're on your lunch break, come down here, have a nice view of the rendered in village. And yeah, oh, go for a swim. So now we make our way up. Got this Dr. Doom telescope, which is too tall for your head, so you can't actually use it unless you jump. Yeah, and then we come in here, and this is it really. This is the little command center for the satellite, which you can't move, because if you do move it, it will explode and cause a big issue. But yeah, look at that, it's a great shot. Again, how this was built is in another video too. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And apologies for the late upload. I had some issues earlier on in the week. I think going forwards as well, I'm going to be doing more tutorials just because they are a bit easier to make. And I just feel like doing that. If I change my mind, I'll upload whatever I think. So adios.